think that's just the way it goes with new technology. Sometimes new technology comes in, and unfortunately, people lose their jobs, like the automotive industry. It used to take a lot more people to produce cars, and now it takes a lot less people. Yeah, I think that that AI generated images, I think they should be okay to do and to use. I don't think there's any problems with using training AI images on artists' images, and then using it to create new images, new art.
Okay. So I'm just trying to boil this down. Well, let me just ask you, why do you think that why do you feel that way?
Well, it's really cool. But I guess really it's like, so the AI takes a look at these images and takes a look at, I don't know exactly how it works, but it takes a bunch of, it analyzes it, I guess, and is like, oh, this is what this artwork is made out of. This is what makes it special, what makes it awesome. And takes that and throws it in its little knowledge base, and then generate something new. And I guess maybe it would help if I steel manned the opposition. That might help clarify my position and why I hold it, maybe.
Yeah.
So there's some artists who are really upset about that. They're like, I don't want AI touching my images at all, because then other people will be able to generate images that look like I painted them or drew them or whatever, or illustrated them. And I can understand their perspective, where they may not like that because they might get out of a job because of it. But I guess ultimately, I don't think that that might be unfortunate and sad. And I feel for that. I feel that. But I don't think there's anything morally wrong about training AI on images out there, even if they're copyrighted.
Mm-hmm. So you think that the artists that would have a problem with it is mostly because of the chance that they could lose revenue or their livelihood over it?
I think that's a major factor. I don't know that that's the only factor. I think also they just don't want another, well, another human they probably might feel similarly. But I think because it's an AI and because it doesn't have to have effort put into it, I guess the machine doesn't have to sit down for hours and out. Well, I guess it could if it's like you generate a huge image, but it doesn't. It's not the same thing as a human spending 20 hours on a single painting.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they're kind of like, well, that's cheating. You can't just take an image and AI image generator and make it look like it came from me. That doesn't take any effort. That doesn't take any artistic skill. That's not fair. And I
So
think they
fairness
see it
is
kind of
wrong.
like fairness. They kind of see it as like stealing their style.
Fairness and stealing. Okay. And it's your opinion that it's neither one of these things, or that just the amount of fairness or stealing isn't relevant?
I think from a standpoint of, is it right or is it wrong? I don't think it's, because I think it's fair because the artist could, download Stable Diffusion, train a model on their images, and generate their own from their own images. Wouldn't that be kind of cool? But so I think they can still do it. So it's kind of still fair. Everybody's on the same playing field. You can all have the same tools. Those tools are available to the artists themselves. So I think it's fair, but like I guess it's just a tool that's here, and like I think we might as well utilize it because
Mhm.
it can create some awesome stuff. And I think that you should disclose if it's an AI image if you're going to be selling it, I suppose. Like I don't think you
Mhm.
should try to pass off an image as if it was painted or put it into like a art competition or something like that. I think that would be unfair. That'd be very unfair.
Sure.
But I think just doing it for personal use, or even if you're selling it, I think that's okay. I think that's fine to do. I wouldn't think
Okay.
that a style is like something that you can necessarily even steal. It's just kind of something intangible, something out there that nobody really
Hmm.
owns. I don't think an artist can own a style, so I don't think
Yeah.
there's anything to steal.
Okay. Can I get an idea of where you sit right now as far as your confidence on this?
I think I'd probably be about 75%, assuming 0 is no confidence, 100 is full
All
confidence.
the confidence. Okay. And what does 75% mean to you?
Let's say 75% means like, yeah, this is probably true in the sense of the normative claim true.
Sure.
Um, yeah, like yeah, most likely the case.
Okay. More than likely. I like that. Um, what do you think? Yeah, this is tough because we're dealing with fairness. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, what do you suppose would move you all the way up to 100? What would you need to see so that you'd be like all other arguments are moot?
Hmm. That's a good one. That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know what could move me up. It's tough. It's tough. Maybe if there was a way to like take these generated images, and if there was a test that could determine how original they were, uh, then maybe that could be something that would move me up, because I think the more original the images, the uh, less less of stealing. I don't think it's really stealing, but I guess
Mhm.
if it was, if an AI generated an image and it was like just like this other image that the artist painted, and I suppose that's possible maybe, um, then yeah, I'd be like, well, that's not okay. You can't just steal someone's almost exact image.
Interesting. So if you're saying if an AI made an image and it happened to be almost exactly like somebody else's original art piece, that
Hmm.
would that would make you less confident that in the claim
Yeah, yeah,
because it'd
like
be
yeah, if it was trained on these images, I mean, I guess you could in theory train it on just one image, and then that's all it will really generate is that one image. But that's not really what I'm talking about with the claim.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, if I found out that a lot of the times that these AI image generators were just spitting out like almost exact replicas of already existing artwork, then I'd be like, whoa. Um, you know, maybe we should pump the brakes on that, and um,
Hmm.
you know, maybe that's not really okay.
Yeah, is there something is there something like this that would bring you all the way down to zero? Would it have to be something in that lane of like, because you mentioned fairness and stealing. I'm wondering if for some reason an AI program was generating images that were one-to-ones, like would it take a bunch of one-to-ones, or would it take a bunch of artists going broke? I guess.
Well, hmm. I don't think it's relevant to whether I don't whether they go lose their profession. I think that that will be sad, and I hope that doesn't happen. I
Hmm.
mean, I don't think. I mean, I think there will be. Well, I think there will be more of a demand for AI art and less of a demand for real human artists. But I don't think all. I don't think the entire demand for human artists will eliminate entirely. Maybe in some categories.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't think that would really reduce my confidence because I think that's just the way it goes with new technology. Sometimes new technology comes in, and unfortunately, people lose their jobs, like the automotive industry. It used to take a lot more people to produce cars, and now it takes a lot less people. That's
Hmm.
just how technology is.
Right. Yeah. Is there anything in your mind that distinguishes between, like, because I think I get what you're saying, kind of like elevator operators or
Hmm.
switchboard operators or something like that. Um,
Right.
is there any reason in your mind that art would be separate from these categories?
I mean, I guess to a certain degree, it is. You can say it takes a creative mind to make art, and it doesn't really take a creative mind to operate an elevator, right? But
Sure.
I think that's just an element of the job. I guess, like I would say, can an AI be creative? Probably not. I guess that probably is dependent on the person entering the prompts. And that it definitely is a lot less work than painting and painting. Whatever. Did that answer your question? Like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So there's nothing about, you're saying there is something about the level of like skill and creativity
Right.
um that is unique to art, or that
Right.
you're saying it's not necessarily
I'm saying it's
well, in
unique,
comparison to like,
but not necessarily relevant to. It wouldn't change my confidence really, knowing
sure.
that there's something unique about art.
Okay. All right. um yeah, I'm curious. I think what I'm most curious about is like, what do you imagine um somebody that holds a really low confidence in this claim might say, that doesn't necessarily relate to an artist's livelihood?
Okay. Somebody who like lacks belief or has confidence that
That
my
the claim is
claim is
false.
the claim is false. Okay.
Hmm.
What would they say? Is that was the question?
Yeah, what do you think they would say as a reason that they might give?
I think they might say that it's unfair. We kind of went over that.
Hmm.
That like somebody's just clicking, you know, pushing a few keys on a keyboard, um, and clicking a mouse, pressing enter, and then the person is spending a bunch of hours. What else could they say? They could say that the AI being trained on these images is unfair because the artist isn't being compensated for like the training images, I suppose. So
Hmm.
like the artist will paint all these paintings, putting a lot of time into it, the software just scans over them real quick, and then is able to output a whole bunch real quick. And maybe the artist should get some sort of compensation or credit or something for supplying them, maybe.
Would you feel differently about it if I know you were saying what they might say, but would you feel differently about it if this person wasn't around anymore, that the AI was being trained on their art?
Oh, okay.
Would that
So
make
like it
you?
doesn't need any art from human input at all anymore? That's kind of what you're saying? Like it's able
Oh,
to.
that's a good, yeah.
Oh,
Let's go with that first, yeah.
let's go
And
with
then
that
I'll ask
first.
you those.
Yeah, I think that would raise my confidence. Because then it would just be like building any old machine. That would be like building a machine that puts an engine in a car or something. That's all it is at that point. If it doesn't need any human input, it can't be stealing. It can't really be unfair. Maybe it still can be unfair. I don't know. I don't think so. But yeah, I think that takes away a little bit of fairness, I guess. Like it's definitely not stealing anymore for sure at that point.
Yeah. Yeah, what I was wondering before you came up with a better example was what if because you're very concerned with the fairness aspect, um, uh, what if we were training the AI models on only art from folks who are deceased?
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of the similar thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of that same answer. Like that would be okay. That would raise my confidence. Probably the same degree. I consider that the same basic thing.
Mm-hmm. Would there be let's say, just as a crazy hypothetical, every living artist today that produced art, if all of them were were if all of them were of the opinion that this claim is false, would that do anything to your confidence?
I don't think so. I think that would just be, because I guess in a way they kind of are well, I wouldn't say they're experts at this particular claim. I was going to say they're kind of experts, but I don't think so. They might be experts at art in general. But yeah, I think they're motivated to not not like AI art. And also, I don't think I should adopt beliefs just because everybody might have one. They all could be wrong. They all could be right.
Gotcha. Suspicious of their motivations. That sounds right. Okay, so I have one of those artists here with us, and then I have you, and they're telling me this isn't fair for X and Y reason. We're losing money. The AIs are being trained on our art. They're stealing. What? And then I'm here, and I have both of you. How do I tell which one of you is more correct? Is there a test we could do? Like a fairness test? Or a way we could measure it, maybe?
How could we measure the fairness?
Yeah, because you seem to
Yeah,
be
yeah.
on board with this idea that like if we had a bunch of one-to-ones where the AI
Yeah.
was just generating original art pieces, that would move you way down. So
Hmm.
it sounds like that if there was some kind of test like that, we could actually perform it and
Yeah.
figure it out.
I guess. I guess maybe we could put in some moderately basic prompts. Nothing that will, try to do a one-to-one, because you probably can get sort of close if you engineer the right prompt. But if you do some basic prompts, and you can test to see how original it is. I'm not sure exactly how to test that, but if you could test to see how much it's copying, if it's copying any, and kind of go from there, I suppose. If it's only if it's 90% original and only 10% copied, however you want to measure that, um, then maybe that's okay. Under maybe that's like fair use kind of a deal.
Oh, sure.
And
Okay.
yeah, and maybe
So if you got
anything more than that
closer
might
to the other
be
side.
kind of like a copyright infringement kind of deal. Yeah.
Sure. Gotcha. Yeah. All right. Cool. So yeah, it seems like maybe if it was a 10%, 90% originality, or 90% copying, 10% originality, you might side with the group of angry artists kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I would, especially in like that particular image. But if we tested like a whole bunch and it turns out that it was, all 90% copied, 10% original, then yeah, I would probably switch sides. I'd probably flip my confidence. I'd probably be 25% confident at that point. Or no, I'd be like 75% confidence in the opposite claim.
And that was false. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right on. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we discovered my main reason. I think my main reason is that I think the AI generates mostly original material rather than spitting out stuff that's just like regurgitated regurgitated art.
Yeah. Vomited art.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything that I should have asked you that I didn't?
Mm, I would be interested in. I don't know if you were here when David was during the practice session. And hey, anybody who's watching, we have practice sessions on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. CDT. Anyway, um, he was talking about how you could, with a normative claim like this, you get down to a value.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we kind of maybe got there. I think we talked about fairness and whether the art is original. So I think that's my value. But you could ask why do I think fairness is something that why do I value that? Why is that important? We could have went down that
Yeah.
route, I suppose.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out. I sort of had it like roughly written down here of like why. Yeah, that was basically why. What makes fairness a good reason to believe something is true or not?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how to answer that. Um, I think maybe the more relevant question would be why should we value fairness? Why is that something that we should value? I don't know if I have an answer for that either. But I kind of
Yeah,
want to
what
have an
is a
answer for
better
that. I
question?
probably should have an answer for that. What is the answer for that? Well, we should value fairness because it's fair. Just kidding. No, I think it's the right thing to
Another
do.
fun
I
claim.
think, yeah, I think, yeah, I think we should treat each other fair. I think everybody wants to be treated fair, so I think we should treat others in a fair manner. If someone doesn't want to be treated fair, then we shouldn't treat them fair, though.
I think
And
you're
that's
right.
what they're asking for. Yeah. So if these artists want to be treated fair, I think we should treat them fair. And if AI is fair, then it's okay. But we have to make sure it's fair.
Right.
I don't know how to
Well,
conduct that test, though.
Yeah.
It does seem
You
like
have
it.
to write a Python script for how fair
I should have
it is.
ChatGPT do that.
You're right.
I wonder if I could. Could I have ChatGPT write a Python script to determine how original an image is? But then I'd have to. That would be tough.
Would you
So you
then
need
have
to
to train that AI
Yeah.
on like
That'd be
That's
cool, though.
bizarre.
Somebody should do that. Somebody should do that. The artist should do
That's
that.
a great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get all the angry artists together. Some of them code, I'm sure.
They don't have to code. We have ChatGPT.
Oh yeah, that's right. Which is great at writing code perfectly all the time. 100%. It's flawless.
It's okay. It's not terrible.
It's not bad.
You have to clean it up a
Better
little
than
bit. Yeah. All right. I think
Sweet,
that's
man.
I think that's it. Yeah. Cool. Thanks for talking to me about it. It's cool.
Absolutely. Anytime. I'd probably offer or not offer, but ask for the favor in return. But I don't know if you suffer from like this analysis paralysis type thing too, but once you get into SE, you start to think critically about all your beliefs and you become really unsure about a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
And you're
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of getting there. But as I think more about stuff, I come up with stuff. Like,
That's true.
yeah, I still got that list that I have prepared for practice that I pull from every once in a while.
Oh yeah. I should keep one of those. Every once in a while I'll write one down and then I'm like, I don't have a strong opinion yet.
Yeah, you write it down and then like an hour later you're like, yeah, no, I don't know about that anymore.
My confidence is not that high. I'm not bringing it to the practice.